Tonight, we travel to Northern California, to a forgotten roadside motel tucked off Highway 79, a place with peeling paint, flickering neon lights, and one mystery that has haunted the state for more than a decade. This is the Vanishing at Redwood Motel, the story of Lily Warren, a traveler who checked in for one night and never checked out. It was June 18, 2012, when 27-year-old Lily Warren left her apartment in Portland, Oregon, for a solo road trip down the West Coast. Lily worked remotely as a graphic designer and often traveled alone. Her friends described her as independent, adventurous, and careful, a woman who double-locked every door and checked every review before booking a room. Her goal: drive to San Francisco, stopping in small towns along the way to take photos for a travel blog she was planning to start. She drove her blue 2008 Toyota Corolla, clean, efficient, and always well-maintained. Along the way, she called her sister Emily, telling her everything was going perfectly. But on the evening of June 20th, everything changed. Around 7:42 p.m., Lily texted Emily, "Stopped for the night. Somewhere called Redwood Motel. Looks old, but okay. We'll call later." That was the last time anyone ever heard from her. Redwood Motel sat on a forgotten stretch of highway. Built in 1974, it once served as a stop for truckers and families traveling south. By 2012, it was nearly abandoned. The building had 11 rooms, a neon sign that barely lit up a manager who lived on city, only 2 or 3 guests. Most nights locals avoided it. Travelers rarely found it unless they got lost or were desperate for a cheap room. That night, according to motel records, Lily checked into room 6 at 8:11 p.m. She paid in cash, unusual for her, according to her family. The motel manager, Henry Dole, wrote her name in the logbook. His handwriting was messy, rushed, almost unreadable. He later told police, "I don't remember much. She seemed tired, that's all." But investigators would learn something else about Henry. He had a record, a long one: assault, burglary, and suspicious behavior complaints in 3 states. Still, the night Lily arrived, no one seemed to notice anything unusual. Until the next morning, on June 21st, around 10:30 a.m., the cleaning lady, 54-year-old Marla Jensen, knocked on room 6. No answer, but the door was unlocked. Inside, the room was perfectly clean. Bed made, bathroom wiped down, nothing broken, nothing strange. Except for one thing: Lily's suitcase was still there. Her clothes, neatly folded inside. Her laptop in the front pocket. Her camera, placed on top. But her phone, wallet, and car keys were missing.
This confused Marla, but she assumed Lily had stepped out. She moved on to the next room. Hours later, at 3:18 p.m., Marla returned. Still no one. Still no sound. She reported the situation to Henry. Henry shrugged and said, "Maybe she left early. People do that." But her car was still parked outside, a fact Henry pretended not to notice. When Lily didn't call or text anyone that entire day, her sister Emily felt something was wrong. By p.m., she filed a missing person report with the Shasta County Sheriff's Office. Deputies arrived at Redwood Motel just before sundown. They knocked on room 6. No answer. They entered with the manager's permission. What they found shocked them. Everything looked staged, almost too clean. The bedding was tight and smooth, like no one ever slept in it. The trash can was empty. Even the bathroom towels were refolded. The only items belonging to Lily were her suitcase, her laptop, her camera. Deputies checked the camera. The last photo was taken the evening before. A shot of the motel sign. The sky was pink and blue. Nothing unusual. But the timestamp was 8:09 p.m., 2 minutes before she checked in. After that, no photos, no videos, nothing. Redwood Motel had one security camera. One old, grainy, black and white camera outside the lobby door. Deputies asked Henry for the footage. He said, "I don't think it works." Sheriff's deputies didn't accept that answer. They pulled the DVR system from his office and took it to their lab. The footage confirmed Lily Lily went inside her room. Lily was never seen leaving, but something else appeared in the footage. At 2:47 a.m., a tall man walked past Lily's room. The camera caught only A dark hoodie limp in his walk-in, something shiny in his hand. Some believe it was a flashlight. Others believe it was a knife. The man never looked at the camera. He walked off into the darkness. The footage ended 5 minutes later. Not because it stopped recording, but because someone manually turned the system off. Police immediately searched the motel grounds. Behind room 6, they found a footprint, a broken piece of flashlight, Kasinga cigarette butt was collected. Over the next 48 hours, helicopters searched the woods, K9 units tracked scents, volunteers combed the highways. Nothing. Lily seemed to have vanished into thin air, but investigators noticed something odd. The footprint behind Lily's room matched a size 13 work boot. The manager, Henry, wore size 13. When questioned, he changed his story 3 times. 1. I never left my room. 2. I was checking the water pump. 3. I sleepwalk sometimes. None of these statements matched the security footage. Police officially labeled him a person of interest. But without Lily, they couldn't prove anything. 6 days later, a trucker passing through town reported seeing a woman matching Lily's description walking near a gas station 12 miles south.
Police obtained the station's CCTV. At 4:14 a.m., a woman with long hair, wearing shorts and a hoodie, walked past the pumps alone. She looked tired, confused, almost dizzy, but her face was too blurry to confirm identity. The most chilling part? She never looked back. She never asked for help. She simply walked into the woods behind the gas station and vanished from the camera's view. That was the last possible sighting of Lily Warren. For 3 months, the case went cold. Then, in September 2012, a backpack was discovered in a ravine about 6 miles from Redwood Motel. Inside were a water bottle, a phone charger, notebook, and a Polaroid photo. The photo showed a woman, possibly Lily, standing in a dark room, looking terrified, a hand gripping her shoulder. The background was an old wooden wall, possibly a shed or cabin. Police couldn't determine when it was taken, but the notebook contained something eerie, a list of highway numbers, all in Northern California, as if someone was tracking her route. On the last page, a sentence, greater than "he's still watching me." Handwriting experts said it was not Lily's handwriting. Police felt this could finally be a breakthrough, but DNA on the backpack matched an unknown male. Not Henry, not Lily, someone else entirely. With the photo background as a clue, deputies searched abandoned cabins within a 15-mile radius. They found one, hidden behind overgrown trees, accessible only through a narrow dirt path, was a small hunting cabin. Rotten wood, broken windows, smell of damp earth. Inside, they found zip ties on the floor, old blankets, a rusted lantern, scratches on the wooden wall, words carved with something sharp. "No more flashlight, don't let him in, I can't see in," near the corner. A fingernail. DNA testing confirmed it belonged to Lily Warren. The cabin was officially declared a crime scene, but Lily's body was not there. No blood, no clothing, no remains. It was a temporary holding place, not the final one. Over the next year, police explored several theories. The manager, Henry Dole, he lived closest. He had a record. He lied multiple times. He was awake at 2:47 a.m., but no physical evidence tied him to the cabin. The security footage showed him. DNA on the backpack didn't match Henry but could match the limping man. Police never identified him. California has thousands of transient individuals living near highways. Some commit crimes undetected. A few witnesses reported a tall man with a limp driving a beat-up white pickup seen near Redwood Motel that same week, but the truck was never found. 8 years later, in 2020, new forensic technology allowed investigators to analyze old evidence again. The cigarette butt behind room 6 contained touch DNA. It belonged to a man named Jefferson Hale. Hale had been arrested in Arizona for trespassing in 2017. He also had a limp caused by an old motorcycle accident. When arrested for questioning, he refused to speak. Police searched his home. There, they found maps of California highways, photos of abandoned motels, a collection of women's earrings, and a locked metal box inside the box. A motel key, a torn piece of fabric, a Polaroid film pack, but nothing directly tied to Lily. Hale was never charged. Insufficient evidence. To this day, some believe he is the limping man. Others believe he was a collector, not a killer. More than 10 years later, the disappearance of Lily Warren remains one of California's most disturbing unsolved mysteries. Her family holds a memorial every June. Her sister Emily still keeps Lily's last photo, the motel sign glowing against the sunset, on her nightstand.